Thanks for sticking with us. I hope we have some good news. They tell me that we have some good news, so Tom here is going to deliver that good news. You're with UCare. Mm-hmm. You're still the executive director?
Still am.
Tom and I are friends outside of this. We have some history. But we have some questions from some of our viewers that I'm hoping that you can answer these. First and foremost, it's not uncommon for somebody to hear somebody say, hey, we need you to stop idling. We need you to stop doing this. Oh, by the way, stop doing this, do this. Is it helping? What good news have you brought to us? All of that to ask, is it working?
It's working. So 13 years ago, the state was designated by the EPA as in non-attainment or in serious non-attainment. Last fall, just a few months ago, the EPA came in and said, we have 3 years of clean data. You're out of non-attainment. You're now in compliance with the EPA standards, which means we are reaching all the standards. We've reduced our emissions significantly across the board. Now, we all know that part of our problem is weather and geography, but what we've done as a state, through partnerships, through the communities, through people not idling and being a part of the solution, we've been able to drive down our emissions, which has caused us to do better and to comply with the federal standards.
Yeah. Well, now, when I hear that, to me it says, don't stop. Now you have some, because we're always like instant gratification. Hey, I stopped idling all day yesterday. Has it helped? It's like a battle of attrition. You just got to keep doing it.
That's absolutely right. Like, we always joke that we got the call, the state got the call, we were brought in, we had this really great meeting, everybody shook hands and said, okay, back to work, because we cannot stop. We can't all of a sudden tomorrow start idling our vehicles and drive an extra 1,000 miles, or even continue to burn wood when it's not that time to burn wood. We have to be constantly vigilant in driving down those emissions.
I'm wanting to expand a little bit on that. The wood burning, because in my head, if you don't work in the industry like you do, or have friends that know what they're talking about, just me, regular citizen Joe, I'm thinking, man, if I burn wood, that seems to be cleaner than if I use gas. Mm-hmm. Can you explain why wood is worse off?
Yeah, so when you burn wood, there's large particulates and fine particulates that come out of that wood, and it's really, really dirty. When you use natural gas, we're able to, in our heating, use very little. It's low NOx or ultra low NOx, that nitrous oxide. And so instead of having large fine particulate that come out as a pollutant from the wood, we're able to limit it through either our natural gas. And so it's really, really great.
Is that part of that carbon footprint? I keep hearing that word. I don't really understand it, but is that what they're talking
Absolutely.
about?
Absolutely. You want to. So wood is a carbon-based fuel, and so we want to reduce as much carbon-based burning as possible.
All right, let's go over some of the practices. The T's even said, even your plans for dinner, there's some things you can do to help keep this fight going.
Absolutely. What we always tell people is about 50% of our emissions come from our tailpipe, from mobile sources. So what's your mobile source? What's my mobile source? It's our car. And we all know that there are no perfect answers when it comes to fighting air pollution, but there are practical solutions. So what you can do, instead of going out for dinner, you can stay home and cook, or on your way home, pick up the dinner and bring it home. So that's a trip chain, right?
Yeah.
So it's a skip the trip or a trip chain. You can carpool instead of everybody meeting at the dinner place. Why don't we grab everybody and go together?
Yeah.
And those are great opportunities. Additionally, we encourage businesses to find ways to allow their employees to telework. My wife teleworks 4 days a week. It's really great. It reduces our cost for gasoline and reduces our emissions. And so there's a lot of great savings around
What I'm hearing there is that just have a better planning, smart planning, instead of multiple trips. Go home, I got to go to the store. Go home, I got to go buy some clothes. Try to do all of that in one trip so that it is actually one trip.
Absolutely. We say you will save time, you'll save money, and you'll save emissions if you take a moment and plan.
All right.
It's really great.
One last question, because as we're talking about this, people don't always think about it. Sometimes they might sit down at home. Oh, I heard them talking about this. Where do you want them to go for more information to help with our environment?
Yeah, come to our website. It's ucare.org. That's ucair.org. We have tons of resources, information, so people can better understand the problem and find ways they can be part of the solution.
All right, next time you come in, I'm hoping for better news. We got good news now. We want better news.
Absolutely. We're constantly pushing towards that great news.
T, always a pleasure, man.
Thanks, Buddha.
You can help out. We'll put a link on our website to make it super easy. Just go to fox13now.com and click on the place.